But we see every year in the NFL that the week one, the teams that you see in week one, there's always going to be a little bit of change. You're always going to see an overreaction. So we thought it'd be a good topic to do right here today. We're going to do a little bit of week one overreactions that we have after the Niners got the win in Seattle. And I got a couple good ones, Sage, but as always, I'm the host today, so I'm going to be a gentleman. Sage, I'm not going to lie. I love you to death. I think you know a lot about football, but I would say that you're a guy who tends to overreact a little bit. What's your number one overreaction after week one?
My number one overreaction, and just remember, I don't fully believe any of this. I'm just saying it's an overreaction that's
Wait, hold on. How you going to preview the overreaction saying you don't believe in it?
I'm saying it's an overreaction. Like it could be a little bit true, but I'm not all the way there yet. I'm just overreacting.
Okay, so this isn't just pure fiction right now.
Yeah.
So these are things that you might believe.
Exactly. From what I've seen, you take out all the tape, everything from the past. What I'm basing my take off is just week one. Chase.
Love it.
Chase, is Trent Williams washed? Is Trent Williams washed?
Yeah.
Have we seen the best of this guy? I think that's not up for debate, but has he fallen off to where he's just an average left tackle these days? The numbers in week one are jarring, and he wasn't going up against a JJ Watt, a Myles Garrett, a Micah Parsons. He was going up against Boye Mafe from the Seattle Seahawks. And who's the other guy? He was going up against Boye Mafe and Derek Hall. He allowed 10 pressures, 7 quarterback hurries. He blew 5 blocks according to PFF and allowed a 26% pressure rate in week one, all career worst since getting traded to the Niners. I mean, he's 37 years old. He basically punted on training camp. And every time the guy goes down, I hold my breath, and he has kind of a limp to him. So I'm a bit nervous. I don't think I'm there yet, but based off week one, is Trent Williams washed?
That's a good overreaction because honestly, Sage, that is the worst week one game that he's ever had in his career. We're just basing off the PFF stats, but we saw that Boye Mafe was getting a lot of pressures on him. I went back, I looked at the tape, and he was getting driven back. Like there was a lot of times where Brock Purdy had to get out of the pocket because Trent Williams was getting cracked in on his blind side. And I brought it up on the last stream. I'm thinking that maybe a potential reason for this is that these were his first real game reps, right? And let's think about it. He was out since week 10 of last year? That's got to be about 8 months without any game reps. But what I did also say, though, Sage, this has never happened. Even in the past couple of years where he didn't have any preseason reps heading into week one, he was still, looking like one of the best tackles that we've ever seen. So you get 1 year older. He had one of the first injuries that he's really ever had in his NFL career last year. I honestly think that's a great overreaction because in the back of my mind, I don't think it's true, but there's a chance. There's definitely a chance that what we're seeing is immediate decline from Trent Williams.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's like the opposite of plausible deniability. Like there's enough there to make the case. So it's concerning. It's concerning to say the least.
Definitely concerning, Sage. You're going to like this one. So my overreaction is that this 49ers defense that we saw dominate Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks, this is a top 10 defense in the NFL. I was looking at the tape, Sage, and honestly, I was seeing some of the blitz packages that Saleh threw in there. He had Fred Warner, he had Nick Bosa coming in together, and then they were switching up at the last second. These schemes that I saw from Robert Saleh compared to the 17 games that I saw last year from Nick Sorensen, it was night and day. So you're already seeing the Robert Saleh impact. But the number one thing in addition to that, Sage, D. Winters is the Dre Greenlaw replacement. D. Winters is the Dre Greenlaw replacement. I was so excited to see what I saw from him. And I love what I'm seeing from these young corners. Stout had a little bit of a shaky game, but he was aggressive. Mix that in with what you're seeing from Renardo Green and Diamador Lenore. All the things that I was really scared about with this 49ers defense is basically getting solved right now. You also have Marquise Siegel and Malik Mustafa who's set to come back. So I just think that this is going to be one of the elite defenses in the NFL. And I did not think that before the season. So I'm willing to overreact a little bit there.
Chase, I mean, I don't think it's an overreaction. I really think that having a guy, I mean, I kind of touched on it with the Mac Jones thing and how they brought in Matt Patricia in to call plays
Yeah.
for him and how it screwed him up. It really screwed up their entire offense. It was the same thing last year, right? With Schneider with Sorensen, is that this guy had no clue what he was doing. There was no authenticity. There was no culture. There was no toughness to this defense. You saw it. I mean, the all-22 reigned supreme for Robert Saleh. You saw the designs. You saw how he used Fred Warner. I mean, D. Winters. Because
He
it
looks
looked like Dre Greenlaw.
That's why we're
was
getting them
out
mixed
there.
up.
Was out there just flying. He really unlocked this guy, and it's something that Niners fans needed. I mean, if they didn't have Robert Saleh, if they didn't throw all that money at Robert Saleh, what would they have done this offseason? Like hired Lou Anarumo and brought in a completely new defensive scheme. So I think that this guy really came in, helped the defense, and I see it, Chase. I'm with you on this one. I see the tracks for this defense to be a top 10 defense.
I was thinking about going top 5, but then I was looking through. I'm like, you got KC, you got, Denver.
KC's
I don't know if
defense
they're
is
there
rough.
yet. I don't know if they're there yet, right? Even that Seattle defense that we went up against, I think that they're probably a little bit better set up than this 49ers defense, but they're getting their stage. I'm so excited to see also where they're going to be at the end of the season because they do. I think they have 6 rookies on that defense. A lot of bad performances from those rookies, but I just think that they're going to get better. So it really is exciting just to think about where you're going to see this defense when it comes to playoff time based on what we're already seeing only in week 1.
Chase, I mean, that leads me right into my next overreaction. Did John Lynch / Robert Saleh, whoever was responsible for this draft, did they just go 0 for 3? Did they just miss completely on this defensive line? If you're using week 1, which, by the way, is their entire careers as evidence, you could make the case. You almost can't even make the case for the other side that these guys won't be bust if you just turn on the film. Let's just go through the week 1 numbers according to PFF, Chase. I mean, it's disgusting. Alfred Collins, a 26 grade on PFF, the worst player on your team graded. He was getting blown up on blocks. He was getting pushed back, could not get into the backfield, was not stopping runs. The guy barely played because he was so ineffective. Thank God for Kalia Davis. CJ West, a guy who I've signed my name to, a guy I want to see make plays, be that DJ Jones. I didn't hear his name once. I don't remember one thing he did. I don't remember one thing that guy did. And then Mykel Williams was on his back more than he was on his feet the entire game. I thought this guy was an edge setter. I don't remember him making any spectacular plays. I don't remember him setting the edge. He wasn't even close. I mean, this tape, the thing on him was that he doesn't really have a pass rush package. He's not that great at getting to the quarterback, but he can set the edge. I didn't see him do either. So the latter was true, but I didn't see any of the good stuff either. So I get it. It's week 1. They're rookies. I'm just overreacting. I'm just a crazy guy here, but did they go 0-3 again? Because I have a really bad taste in my mouth after Javon Kinlaw, after Jackson, after all these guys they've brought in to be the savior, to be the guy beside Nick Bosa. But no, yet again, week 1, it was Nick Bosa. It was Fred Warner doing it all themselves in the run game.
That's not a bad one, Sage. It was not good. Going back on Alfred Collins, there was one play where he whiffed, right? He just whiffed on a guy, and then Gray Zabel literally knocked him the fuck into the ground.
That guy's impressive.
Bad. Like, he got destroyed on that play. It was honestly embarrassing looking back at the all-22. And I think CJ West only had 7 snaps. Are we willing to go back on the fact that he's going to be the 8th most valuable 49er for the year? Are we willing to, call that one dead?
I don't know. I mean, you know what I didn't account for is the rise of D Winters. So if I had to put anyone in, it's going to be that guy. Bump out CJ West just by virtue of guys getting thrown in. But to go back on it, 58 grade for CJ West, 47 for Mykel Williams, 27 for Alfred Collins. Not a great week 1.
No, and I will say that the one thing that you got to be looking at is that Mykel Williams has been out for the past 3 to 4 weeks. He hasn't been practicing. We saw early in the offseason where Alfred Collins had a similar situation. He was out for about a month, came back to training camp, and he was just not in shape. You saw it all throughout the preseason. I mean, he looked like a slug out there, was just tired after a couple snaps, getting blown up. His pad level was way too high. So I saw a lot of similar things with Mykel Williams in that scene, but it's concerning because you have guys who, let's just be honest, Sage, had no hype coming into the season. Guys like Kalia Davis and Sam Okawanu, and they both looked a lot better than those guys on the inside and Michael Williams. So we expected these guys to be big-time players if we thought that this Niners defense was going to be good enough for them to make a Super Bowl run. And they don't look that good. So it's concerning when you think about where could this team eventually get to. I definitely agree with you. That's a good one.
There's a lot of avenues for them to improve week one in a tough environment, going against a tough team, but it's got to get better. If you want to be a serious contender, it's got to be better.
All right, Sage. So I don't know how you're going to feel on this one, but I'm just going to go with it. Brock Purdy is the 7th best quarterback in the NFL. That is my week one overreaction. A lot of people, I'm looking at the national media, and so many people are just pointing to the 2 interceptions, saying how they were impressed with Brock Purdy. And if you look at the tape, Stage, this guy is under pressure every single play. The way that he's able to evade, make plays where it's almost like out of nothing. And you look at the pre-snap reads that he's getting, this guy knows exactly what the defense is doing. He knows where to go with the ball before the ball is snapped. He's leading guys. He's also, what you're seeing right now is that he's becoming so much more of a leader than he was the past couple of years because now he has that big deal. And with a lot of guys in the NFL, like Caleb Williams, we always want to just we always just want to harp on the talent factor. And even if they bring a lot of Pro Bowl guys in, they sign all these first-round draft picks where they're wide receivers, they're tight ends, you're bringing in new offensive linemen, but we still see the same thing. All these things that we always see with quarterbacks that make it hard for them to succeed in the NFL, they don't have it, but because they got drafted number 1 overall, we're all going to expect that eventually it's going to come. But we look at guys like Brock Purdy who maybe, don't run a 4.5, don't have the strongest arm, aren't 6'5", and we always try to give reasons for why we shouldn't believe with what we're seeing from them. I'm just so impressed with Brock Purdy, and I thought that this was one of the best games that I ever saw on tape with him as a 49er, especially considering that he got that late game comeback. So I think that Brock Purdy's a top 7 quarterback in the NFL.
Listen, I can't go that far just yet. There's some guys I have ahead of him. I do think he's in that fluent, like 8 to 12 range, but he showed you something where you didn't really see it in his first 2 years. Last year was obviously they were trailing the whole time, but you wanted to see him lead a game-winning drive. He had it taken away from him in the past because Jake Moody's missed some kicks. He's out of town. I do like to see it. I mean, Mahomes last year was getting praised for doing the exact same thing Purdy did. Play a shitty game for 3 quarters. Even though Purdy had a nice opening drive, he did enough to keep him in it. Keep your team in the game, and when it's time to kill. He did that. I can't say, coming off the year he had last year, and then what the tape showed from the second and third quarter, that he's a top 7 guy ahead of a guy like, I don't know.
He looked good. I'm telling you, Sage, he looked good on Sunday, man. There was not a lot of opportunities for him to succeed. The wide receivers weren't getting open, and he was getting pressured on every play.
I will say I was not impressed in general with the quarterback play. I mean, the week 1 overreaction because Aaron Rodgers back to being the best quarterback in the league, right? Like what you saw from Josh, obviously, Lamar, Lamar fell apart though at the end. Josh obviously had a great start to finish game. So it was a weird week 1, man. I mean, I've been saying it. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that a conversation needs to be had of how good actually are they. And hot take, obviously this has nothing to do with it. Joe Burrow. Like this guy, I don't know what he's done to get such a pass from the media to say that he's like cemented. The executive poll came out that he was voted the 2nd best quarterback in the league behind Mahomes. I just can't understand it, bro. How is this guy's team always in these situations where they're about to lose to a shitty team or they lose to a shitty team? I don't get it. A guy like Purdy, all he does is win.
I will say with Joe Burrow, he did lead the fucking Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl in his 2nd year. Sage, this is the cheapest team in like all professional sports. Did you see what happened with Boomer Esiason?
Okay, but this is different.
No, but I mean, all I'm saying with Joe Burrow, and we're going to get off this, but the Bengals suck. I think that's why everybody's giving Joe Burrow credit because they're so bad, and he makes them legit, even with a terrible defense.
But he has literally the best, and him having a terrible defense plays into his numbers. He has the best receivers in the league. It's not even close.
A lot of people are agreeing with you. I'm not going to lie. I did have okay, so I'll go through some of the names. This is probably going to get cut out anyway, but Here are some of the people that I had Purdy over. And I actually do believe this. I believe in a lot of this. There's maybe a couple that
I'll
were,
let you go, and I'll stop you when I hear someone that I disagree with.
Baker Mayfield.
I disagree.
Okay, tell me the last time Baker Mayfield made a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Tell me the last time Baker Mayfield made an NFC Championship game. He's got a great team there with Tampa Bay, and he lost in the first fucking round last year. So I get it. He's had his career comeback, but call me when he wins a playoff game.
Okay.
I think he won one, maybe 5 years ago.
He won 2 years ago. He won two. Wait,
Which one? Which one?
2 years ago, he beat.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he won a playoff game 2 years ago, and then he almost beat the Lions.
Oh, you're right. Who
did they beat? I'm trying to think. It was an upset too. And then they almost beat the Lions.
They did. Who was it? Was it the
Cowboys?
Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't know why Cowboys came to mind. That makes sense. I think he beat the Cowboys. Or Philly. He beat Philly. They beat the shit out of Philly.
Oh, yeah. They beat the ghost of the 2023 Philadelphia Eagles, where they blew up everything after that year. I do remember that. But I don't know. I have him over Baker. I just feel like Baker still
You're a Baker hater, though.
Isn't that reliable?
I'm not a Baker guy, though. I don't love Baker. I think his numbers are inflated by the fact he plays with one of the best receiving cores, and he has a great O-line.
I agree. And then,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting nervous about my boy Bucky. But go ahead. Keep going.
I got Matt Stafford.
I'd rather have Purdy. I don't give a shit about the throws he makes when he's in the pocket. I'd rather have Purdy, for sure.
All right. We agree there. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, easily.
Jordan Love.
It's weird. I don't know what to think of Love, but I'd rather have Purdy.
I was watching the tape, and he still makes a lot of dumb decisions.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He does. I mean, there was a lot of times where he had an open pocket, and, he was dishing out to guys. Jordan Love, that was a tough one, but...
That interception he threw last year against the Rams, it's going to take a while for me to get that out of my head.
He had a pretty similar one on Sunday where it's just like, I think he threw a pick, it got called back. Then the next play, he made an even dumber decision, threw another pick. And I'm like, okay,
he's Brett Favre.
People are getting a little too high on this guy.
He's Brett Favre.
So this is going to be a one that's going to get a lot of people pissed off. Jalen Hurts.
It's so funny because I think I'd rather have Purdy, but you have to give it to Hurts. It's like one of those things.
Fair. That was where it was an overreaction. I had to go a little bit overboard.
Well,
I was thinking top 8, and I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm just going to do top 7. I'm going to say he's better than Jalen Hurts.
He has the keys to the best situation in all of the NFL. Because it's not just
push. Like, come on, the tush push. Yeah. I'm not giving you credit for the tush push. Sorry, call me crazy.
I mean, they won a game last week where his receivers caught like 30 yards worth of passes because he just ran it. So like, is he really a quarterback? Like, I get he's a weapon. We're gonna have to open that can of worms, but I'd rather have Purdy.
And then we have my boy Bo Nix and your boy CJ Stroud.
But no, I'm not a CJ guy, first of all. I feel like I'm the anti-CJ guy. I hate
CJ. I never got that hype, man. I never got the CJ.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really from our friend group bought into it. I feel like we were all pretty much agreed.
Dominique Foxworth, maybe.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark.
Chase, you know where I stand. I don't think Bo Nix is good at all. I think what he put on tape Sunday was absolutely despicable. Literally, I hate the guy. I hate the guy so much. I
mean, hate the guy at Sage. He's an Oregon guy. How can you hate a guy?
I know, it's tough.
Who's from your alma mater?
I think it's
good for the Ducks.
I always rooted against him, and then you just jumped on his bandwagon. So I'm like, now I have to root against him. It's like Stephen A. with Tim Tebow. It's like, I don't care what this guy does from here on out. It's like I have to hate him.
Who's my guy with you?
What do you mean?
Who's my guy where I just don't like him because you like him?
I can think of off the top of my head. I can think of 3. Jaden Daniels. Mahomes.
Okay, yeah. See, you're a little sneaky. I try to lead you into it, Sage. Caleb's my guy when it comes to you. You were all over Caleb.
I hate Caleb.
Stand it.
I hate Caleb.
Yeah, now you do. Last year you weren't. Hey, Sage, we have video evidence of you saying that Caleb Williams was the guy.
I did say I'd rather have Caleb than Purdy. That's out the window now. Like, I've capitulated. That guy, I can't see it anymore. Like, what I saw Monday night, you just can't turn that around. He's an idiot. Did you see that report? So to get on the Caleb Williams topic.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Some guy, I forget his name. He's a journalist, released the same guy who released the story about McDermott with the 9/11 thing.
Oh yeah. This was big. Yeah.
So he released something that said that Ryan Poles never told Eberflus that Caleb Williams was dyslexic and that he was basically questioned his work ethic. he heard from a bunch of like USC scouts that he's not the hardest worker. He's not going to be a guy who goes the extra mile, and he doesn't have the cerebral factor. He's just talent. And he basically hid it from the coaches and just drafted the guy. Never told the coaches, whatever. And when you hear stuff like that and the GM's the guy that's leaking it, it's raised the sirens like something's wrong. Even Nick Wright went on First Things First today and said, I'm pulling back. Like, my thoughts that this guy's for sure going to be a stud in this league are like hurt. Like, it's not the same anymore after what he saw Monday. So even the biggest Caleb fans are turning skeptic.
So did Nick Wright say that just because of the dyslexia factor, or the fact that he looked like shit on Monday night?
Well, no, he was saying
like shit all last year.
He was saying the fact that they get out of the huddles late, he can't read a defense. He said it probably goes back to him being dyslexic. Like, he gets the call, he goes to his play sheet, and it's all moving. So he can't get the play in on time. They had like 4 delay of games on Monday, and 2, they called a timeout. And also the use of challenges. Ben Johnson's on the hot seat right now. The use of challenges, not having your kicker kick it out of bounds. It's stupid shit, though. It's not Callahan level, but it's getting there.
All right. Can we go a little? Well, it's on topic, but it's basically off topic.
Yeah.
Dyslexia.
Yeah.
Never understood how that's possible. How is that possible?
It's like a, I don't know.
As someone who's not dyslexic, please let me know. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I don't know how that's actually a possible thing.
I don't
like. I'm looking at this Corona bottle right now. Is it actually where it's jumbled up? Like, how does that happen?
I think the way it works is that the letters on a page move. I'm trying to chat GPT it right now. What is the cause of dyslexia? It's not giving me anything juicy.
That sounds like some shit out of like Harry Potter or something, where it's like a book where you have like letters that are moving around. And no, but could you imagine being from like the 1600s or something
when you don't know what it is?
Dyslexia. And they're just like looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Says the cause of dyslexia is not known. It's genetic and neurological. Could be environmental. Who knows, man? That's why he paints his nails.
Maybe, but dude, it did not look good on Monday. And everybody, including you, sorry to throw you under the bus. After that first drive, you guys were hyping him up a little bit. I know.
That throw to Roma Odunze, whatever, that was special. Everything else was not special. The missing checkdowns, missing DJ Moore on a touchdown, and then getting him killed the very next play. DJ Moore must hate his life. That guy has to be a top 3 most miserable wide receiver of all time. He has had no help ever.
So I'll tell you, I was looking at the tape about the team that we're about to talk about. I think that Chris Olave is going to be on that list. We'll tell you.
Oh
why.
my God, dude! The screen,
dude.
That guy, Will Johnson. That's the cornerback from Michigan. That's the guy who fell. Supposed to be a top 15 pick.
Dude, he was like the top 4 prospect and then fell all the way to the 3rd round.
And dude, they got a steal. I think he had the best or second best coverage grade, albeit against the Saints, but he looked like a stud, man. He had a pick, was all over Olave, shut down Shaheed when he was on him. I was really impressed. I was hoping that the Niners would have drafted him in the 2nd round, but we got Alfred Collins instead, so I can't complain.